I come after the cats. Me after... No, it's not fair.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the exact moment Disney villains, for right or wrong, totally lost their schemes, hopes, and incredible temper.
That's it, Grant. That's it. I'll get rid of Cusco.
Number 10, Maleficent, Sleeping Beauty. There are perhaps fewer feelings that hurt like a punch to the gut than being left out.
You're not offended, Your Excellency?
Why, no, Your Majesty. And to show I bear no ill will, I, too, shall bestow a gift on the child.
So we can only imagine how Maleficent must have felt being one of the few in the kingdom not invited to celebrate the princess's birth. To add insult to injury, Merryweather ensures Maleficent knows she's not welcome.
I really felt quite distressed at not receiving an invitation.
You weren't wanted.
Not what? Oh dear, what an awkward situation. I had hoped it was merely due to some oversight.
Now, we're not going to get into why she wasn't invited to begin with, but it's fair to say she doesn't take this rejection well. Look, we get it. FOMO is the pits. However, does it warrant cursing a young princess who's hardly at fault here?
Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
We're going to have to go with no. Number 9, Scar, the Lion King. With series like The Lion Guard and the Mufasa prequel, Scar's breaking point timeline could be debated. But today, we're focusing on the 1994 movie.
As the king's brother, you should have been first in line.
Well, I was first in line, until the little hairball was born.
That hairball is my son, and your future king.
Oh, I shall practice my curtsy.
You'd think the king's brother might have been more involved in the inner circle, but for reasons not mentioned, he's essentially an outsider. His hopes for the crown further fade after Simba is born. It's a slow burn, but Simba's birth seems to be his snapping point. He now realizes that if he's ever going to be king, he'll have to be prepared to do whatever it takes.
So prepare for the coup of the century. Be prepared for the murkiest scam.
Scar isn't just a defining feature on his face, it's the deep mark he left on our childhoods.
Long live the king.
Number 8, Syndrome, The Incredibles. Speaking of rejection, there's only so many times someone you idolize can turn you away before you snap.
No, you don't have to worry about training me. I know all your moves, your crime-fighting style, favorite catchphrases, everything. I'm your #1 fan.
As a kid, there was nothing Buddy Pine wanted more than to be noticed by his hero, Mr. Incredible. However, his overeagerness ends up costing the superhero dearly, leading to one rejection too many for the fanboy.
We might be able to nab him if we set up a perimeter.
You mean he got away?
Well, yeah. Skippy here made sure of that.
Incredible!
You're not affiliated with me!
That's also the last we see of Buddy until he reemerges as an embittered, superhero-hating adult who, to put it lightly, has held a grudge against all superheroes since that day. Now, he's hellbent on wiping them out with weapons that can match their powers. Guess that's why they say never meet your heroes.
I'll sell my inventions so that everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Number 7, Judge Frollo, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Ick doesn't even begin to explain this one.
Choose me or your pyre. Be mine or you will burn.
For a so-called man of God, Judge Frollo is one of the most heinous villains in Disney history. Not only does he persecute the Romani, but he's also responsible for leaving baby Quasimodo without a mother.
I am guiltless. She ran, I pursued.
Now you would add this child's blood to your guilt on the steps of Notre Dame.
My conscience is clear.
He even goes around setting homes on fire in his obsessive pursuit of Esmeralda. However, the moment he completely loses it is when she rejects his advances.
Even now it is not too late. I can save you from the flames of this world and the next.
Choose me or the fire.
He sentences her to burn at the stake, which ultimately leads to him quite literally setting Paris ablaze. Meeting his end in the destruction he caused seems fitting. There's no way his actions earned him a spot in heaven.
He shall smite the wicked and plunge them into the fiery pit.
Number 6. Dawn Bellwether, Zootopia. Dawn Bellwether, the assistant to Zootopia's mayor, shows what happens when those in charge fan the flames of disenfranchisement. She's fed up with being overlooked, underappreciated, and overshadowed.
Well, our city is 90% prey, Judy, and right now they're just really scared. You're a hero to them. They trust you.
This, combined with the divide between prey and predators, pushes her over the edge. Bellwether manipulates the city's tensions, framing predators as dangerous to create chaos and seize control.
We're on the same team, Judy.
Her breaking point comes from personal frustration, a hunger for power, and a deep resentment toward the system that marginalizes her. When we first meet her, she seems sweet. But actually, she's nothing but a sheep in wolf's clothing, who's willing to stroke prejudice and fear to get what she wants.
So that's it. Prey fears predator and you stay in power?
Yeah, pretty much.
It won't work.
Fear always works. And I'll dart every predator in Zootopia to keep it that way.
Number 5. Captain Hook, Peter Pan. We don't know what triggered the duel that cost Captain Hook his hand, but we do know that was the moment he snapped.
Did Pan show good form when he did this to me?
My Captain, cutting your hand off was only a childish prank, you might say.
Aye, but throwing it to that crocodile, that cursed beast liked the taste of me so well, he's followed me ever since, licking his chops for the rest of me.
In his defense, sure, we get it. Losing your hand and having it fed to a crocodile that then follows you around hoping for seconds is pretty traumatic. That being said, why is a fully grown ship captain even beefing with a bratty child in the first place?
Well, Mr. Crocodile, do you like codfish? You do?
Oh, Peter, no!
Unfortunately for Hook, his obsession with revenge tends to bring him more trouble than triumph. Also, that clock's ticking isn't going to last forever. It might be safer for him to just let it go. Number 4. Bowler Hat Guy. Meet the Robinsons. Bowler Hat Guy is determined to sabotage Lewis's future with the help of a small, evil robotic hat named Doris.
Tall man, bowler hat, approached you?
No, why?
I could lose my badge for this. He's a suspect in a robbery.
What'd he steal?
A time machine.
A what?
I've tracked him to this time and my informants say he's after you.
Me? Why me?
He travels back in time to steal a crucial invention, hoping to change his past and get revenge on Lewis. The reason behind his grudge is eventually revealed. Turns out, he's actually Michael Goob Yagubian, Lewis's childhood roommate.
Everyone will tell you to let it go and move on, but don't. Instead, let it fester and boil inside of you. Take these feelings and lock them away. Let them fuel your actions.
He now blames Lewis for ruining his life after losing a big game because he was kept up late working on an invention. After meeting his future self, Goop becomes consumed by bitterness, leading to a lonely life fueled by anger. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep.
It wasn't my fault. It was yours. If you hadn't kept me up all night working on your stupid project, then I wouldn't have missed the catch. So, I devised a brilliant plan to get my revenge.
Number 3. Edgar Balazar, the Aristocats. Imagine you've been a devoted butler for many years, attending to your mistress's every need and keeping her home in perfect order. You might think all that loyal service will pay off one day, right?
Edgar? Frankly, do you mean to say you're leaving a vast fortune to Edgar? Everything you possess? Stocks and bonds, this mansion, your country chateau.
So when she invites her lawyer to draw up her will, you think this is your moment. And then she leaves her entire fortune to her cats. Yes, cats.
I simply wish to have the cats inherit first. Then, at the end of their lifespan, my entire estate will revert to Edgar.
Cats inherit first? and I come after the cats.
Would that make you furious? Edgar certainly is. That's when he decides to get rid of the Duchess and her kittens, clearing his path to Madame Adelaide's riches. How greedy can one person get? Luckily, Edgar gets his comeuppance before he can touch a cent.
Well, Mac, this must be the trunk, eh? Yep, and she goes all the way to Timbuktu.
Number 2, Hades. Hercules. Turns out, guarding the underworld really takes its toll.
So, Hades, you finally made it. How are things in the underworld?
Well, they're just fine. You know, a little dark, a little gloomy, and as always, hey, full of dead people.
But for Hades, the moment that truly shifts everything happens early on when he meets with the Fates. They reveal that he could one day change his destiny if Hercules doesn't mess it up for him.
A word of caution to this tale.
Excuse me?
Should Hercules fight, you will fail.
So what does he do? Scheme against his own brother and nephew to secure his shot at ruling Olympus? Given his first interaction with the gods, you can tell that resentment has been simmering for a while.
Unlike you gods lounging about up here, I regrettably have a full-time gig that you, by the way, so charitably bestowed on me, Zeus.
He flat out tells Zeus the underworld is miserable. And what does Zeus do? Nothing. Does Hades take it too far? Absolutely. But everyone has their boiling point.
Zeusy, I'm home!
Hades, you're behind this?
You're correct, sir!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Robert Callahan, Big Hero 6. Losing a child would make anyone snap, but as soon as he learns, revenge won't bring her back.
What are you doing? You took everything from me when you sent Abigail into that machine. Now I'm taking everything from you.
Skinner, Ratatouille. Shady? Yes. But how would you respond to a rat infestation in your kitchen, even if they make a great ratatouille?
And now he wants me to say it everywhere. Ooh, ooh, it's here. No, it isn't, it's here. Am I seeing things? Am I crazy? Is there a phantom rat or is there not? But oh no, I refuse to be sucked into his little game.
Randall Boggs, Monsters University. We could quite literally see his colors change.
Way to go, Boggs!
That's the last time I lose to you, Sullivan.
Shere Khan, The Jungle Book. Shere Khan flips over a potential predator growing up in his territory.
Well, it serves a young whippersnapper right. But Shere Khan, the tiger, he's sure to pick up the man cub's trail.
Gaston, Beauty and the Beast. No one has a full-on mantram when he doesn't get his way like Gaston.
I'll have Belle for my wife. Make no mistake about that.
Touchy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Yzma, the Emperor's New Groove. We learned pretty quickly that Yzma would rather be Empress than the Emperor's advisor.
You were doing it again.
Doing what?
Doing my job. I'm the Emperor, and you're the Emperor's advisor. Remember that?
But Your Highness, I was only dealing with meaningless peasant matters.
Even so, she's stuck with Kuzco through thick and thin. And let's be honest, he's not exactly the most likable guy. So who wouldn't completely lose it when, after years of devoted service, Kuzco fires her?
Fired? What do you mean, fired?
How else can I say it? You're being let go, your department's being downsized, you're part of an outplacement. We're going in a different direction, we're not picking up your option, take your pick.
Some nerve, huh? Yzma goes full revenge mode, plotting to overthrow Kuzco once and for all. Too bad she leaves the actual execution to Kronk, because while he makes a mean spinach puff, he's not exactly the brightest bulb. Well, actually, it's probably a good thing she didn't do it herself, or this would have been a much shorter movie.
You're no spring chicken. And I mean that in the best possible way.
What? A llama? He's supposed to be dead!
Yeah, weird.
Do you think any of these villains were justified? Let us know in the comments.
Banished and exiled and practically starving, while he and his flimsy fish folks celebrate. Well, I'll give them something to celebrate soon enough.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.